Hey everybody, it's Aaron Blaise, and we are back from Lightbox. We took a couple of streams off, and now we are back. We were out in Pasadena, California.
And we're back!
We had a great time, actually. It was so much fun, so busy. First time we ever had a booth at anything like that. And I've always gone to those things before, but I just lectured. I never really had merchandise. And it was great. It was a lot of fun. I met a lot more people this time than I normally do because I sat in one spot.
In one spot?
Yes. I sat in one spot, and it was awesome. A lot of people missed Dustin. He wasn't there.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But am I making an appearance at CTN?
Yeah,
Or
I think you might be.
think I might.
Yeah, Dustin. So we're going to be at CTN as well. CTN is November 21st, 22nd, 23rd, I think it is, somewhere in there.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's in there. It's the first week. It's a weekend before Thanksgiving. And so we're going to be there for that, and that's going to be really great. We'll be doing the same thing. I'll be doing some lectures. We're going to have a booth. We're going to hang out with Proco. He's going to be next to us. We had some fun with Proco this time around. And, yeah, so we're going to be doing that. Also, I want to remind you, it's been a little while. I've got a new masterclass coming up online that you guys can sign up for. It's going to be a 6-hour masterclass that I'm going to be going on at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, September 28th. And you can follow along with me anywhere in the world. You just got to tune into your computer and watch. And then at the end of it, if you are one of the patrons, then you are going to be able to download the lecture as well. So you'll have 6 hours worth of information at your fingertips. So that's September 28th. It's going to be on character design. I'm going to be covering everything that I cover in my course on my website, but then I'm also going to be doing a lot of live stuff as well. So you might want to think about it. It's pretty cool. And I got a lot of people at the Lightbox Festival, or the Lightbox Festival Expo, that said they're going to tune in. And I'm topping it out at 300. We can't take any more than 300 people. So we're up to almost 200 now. So if you are thinking about signing up, go ahead and just do it. Go to creatureartteacher.com/live, and you will find all the information you need there. Also, check out our Patreon page. We've got a brand new page up. We are due to do a, for our $10 tier, we are going to be doing a live stream next week. I think it's going to be on Wednesday. Was it?
Wednesday.
Yeah, Nick, I got it. Our deep thoughts. My messaging with Nick is down, and I didn't prepare ahead of time because I was running around. But we've got some on Thursday. I'll be able to talk more about it, or on Tuesday. Actually, we might not be doing a live stream on Tuesday either because we have some other meetings that we're going to be doing, some kind of exciting stuff. Ooh. I'll let you know. Anyway, it's all up in the air. I'm kind of caught with my pants down. Yeah, I feel all disheveled after having been away, and now we're back.
Yeah. I've had those kinds of moments where I would not be streaming for so long, and then I'll come back going, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, 5 minutes ago, I was in the backyard trying to fix a pump on the pool. So, there you go. But anyway, we are back, and today, I'm going to be working, I got a job doing some illustration work, actually partnering up with a friend that is doing a book. It's a game, and you kind of find your own way, kind of adventure through the game, and it's kind of a fantasy, sci-fi, kind of not sci-fi but fantasy bit, and it's all these different races and everything live on this giant bridge, and it's all the kind of the adventures that you can go through in the game, and so I'm going to be illustrating the books and everything that go with it, and so now I'm working on some of the races, the different types of characters that are in the book, and the one I'm doing today, do you have it on the screen?
Yeah, right there.
The one I'm doing today is it's the Ursanaki, and these are kind of the big workhorses of the society, and they're these big bears, and they're grizzly bears, polar bears, and they do all big, heavy. This guy's a blacksmith, but they're gentle, kind of keep to themselves, and I just thought it would be kind of fun to do this illustration with you guys watching. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. And so we've got this blacksmith bear doing his thing. But before I get started on that, I've got Dustin with me as usual. and he's going to be hanging out and fielding questions. Nick is in Sarasota. He's going to be trying to do questions as well, although our messaging back and forth is broken right now. So he will be trying to get messages to Dustin, who will be doubled up with his messages.
Yeah, what can I do?
Yeah, so anyway, did I miss anything?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, and so just remember too, I had a lot of people say, "Hey, I watch all your stuff on YouTube, and really appreciate all the stuff you put out on YouTube." And a lot of the people that watch my YouTube channel didn't realize that I have a website where I sell a lot of lessons. And so I just want to remind you guys that are watching on YouTube or are listening, go to the website, check it out, creatureartteacher.com. Go check that out. And I've got animation lessons, illustration, digital painting, animal drawing, character design, all kinds of stuff. We've got story, we've got painting, we've got cartooning, creature design, all kinds of stuff. So go check that out. And yeah, so there you go. And I did mention Patreon, right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
you mentioned Patreon. You mentioned the Master Course.
Yeah, so Patreon. Oh yeah, I think I got sidetracked with the Patreon. It's just patreon.com/Aaron Blaise Art, and you're there. And every little bit helps us on that. So there we go. I'm going to dive in.
Just go for it. Just do it.
Yeah, I'm just going to do it.
Come on, do it.
Yeah, I like this. I like this bear. I originally the image. Where is it? This is one that I did earlier, and the goggles I just scribbled on. Actually, the goggles can come off. Where are they? Right there. But I thought it was kind of cool. He's forging a sword.
A sword.
And I liked his expression and everything. It just seemed kind of dull. It just seemed static to me. I wanted to do something had a little bit more action to it. So I got this one going instead. What do you guys think? What's the consensus? Do you like this one? Or do you like this one?
I personally like that one, but we'll see what other people say.
Yeah.
But Caroline Wilson from
hey, Caroline Wilson
from England, from the England workshop,
from the Midlands,
from the workshop that we did.
I know.
Said, hey y'all, just saying hey before I have to drive home from work. Have to watch this in full later.
Right on. Hey, Caroline.
Well, it will be recorded and it will be posted later on after the stream is over. So.
Okay, so I got the drawing done.
People are actually saying the second one as well, of the hammer.
Yeah, see, I like it too. I think that's just a better image. What was this one there? Oh, I just turned it off. Okay, so I'm creating a layer underneath. This is going to be local color.
And I think it'd be really cool to have the piece of metal that he's working on like glowing red and try and get that like
that's exactly what
glow off.
It's going to be glowing like orange and yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it can go more magical with like a green or a blue.
Nah.
Nah?
No, because he's forging. This isn't the magical part.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
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 All I can say is, it's hammer time.
Met some really great people over the weekend. Lightbox was awesome. Bobby Chu, who's in charge of the whole thing, he really did a great job putting this together. Really came together nicely. Saw some old friends, made some new friends. Met the people from Procreate. You know, Procreate is created in Tasmania.
Really?
It's crazy, isn't it?
That is insane. Oh no, my connection broke when you talked about Patreon. Did I miss information about any Patreon live streams?
We're going to be doing one next week.
Next week?
Just not sure the date. I know we set a date. I just can't remember. We're going to email, for those of you that are at the $10 tier, that are at the live stream tier, we're going to email you the dates. Because I'm going to look at portfolios. And if you want to put together a portfolio and have me look at it, then we're like I said, we're going to put together a email, get it out to you, and we'll have all the deadlines and everything on there for you. Because I want to be able to look at the portfolios before I talk about them. And this will be the first time that I've ever done this. And we've got few enough people that I can do it. And if you're interested in, me looking at your portfolio, get in there on that tier, and I'll try to do it.
For someone who hasn't gone but would love to go, what can I expect of Lightbox?
Lightbox is it's an expo with animation, gaming, visual effects. It's all basically entertainment type art, comics. It's not really Comic-Con though. It's smaller than that, more intimate, much better way of getting to know people. But yeah, it's really, really cool and very affordable. I think it was like $50 a day or something, and it was huge.
The live Patreon event is the week after next. Nick just informed me.
Okay, the live Patreon event is the week after next. Yeah, I couldn't remember. We had a meeting on this yesterday, but I've got a whole bunch of stuff in my brain, and I couldn't. And I could. Everything's written down over there.
Yeah, Nick just informed me that the live Patreon event is the week after next, but this coming week is the live is the submission deadline. This next week.
Yeah,
is
but he'll be sending out an email to those that are qualified.
Right. And Abby's on too. Said Lightbox is rad.
Right on.
And no new questions yet.
Had a great time. Met some people that I've been friends with on Facebook for years, literally, and met them for the first time, which was kind of cool. Amy Robillard. Yeah, she was one.
Nick's got a Twitch question.
Hey, Twitch.
Could you share tips or thoughts or thought process to make it look like, in this case, a bear and not just a man wearing an animal head mask?
Well, what I'm thinking about, anatomy. First of all, I'm definitely mixing the two because he's doing a human activity. I'm giving him human hands, but I'm really beefing them up a lot. But I'm thinking about bear anatomy in the arms, and so if you look at the arms, they even though they look human, those are bear. I'm thinking about the shoulder blades. I'm push them back to the side just a little bit, or push them back to his back a little bit, so it's a little bit more anthropomorphic that way. But I'm still thinking bear anatomy when I'm doing something like this. So if you look at the length of his torso to his bottom legs, to his back legs, if you could see through this, his back legs are way down low, and his torso is going to be down a lot longer.
And he also has a YouTube question.
Yeah.
How does an animator decide on what needs to be animated on ones or twos?
It depends on the pace of the action. So if the action gets really fast, you want to start thinking about getting that onto ones so you can capture more of the movement. You'll have more drawings per second to capture all of that movement. Now, I'm going to change that color. I don't like that. There we go. Now, when the action slows down, that gives you the ability to do less drawings, and so you can go to twos. A lot of times, though, you might want to look at your dialogue, because sometimes you have to jump over to ones or twos there. Although generally, I can get away with doing all of my dialogue on 2s. Yeah, it really depends on it's all about the pace of the action. That's what determines it.
Are there any pen and ink drawings left over from CTN?
Yes, I sold 50 of them.
Or not CTN. From Lightbox.
Lightbox, yeah, I sold 50 of them.
50.
50. I've got 10 of them left over. And they're generally the 10 that I assumed probably wouldn't sell. You know, some were better than others, and those were the ones that I thought were meh,
Meh.
meh,
Meh.
meh.
Meh. Did you have any? Oh yeah, I just asked that question. Just a different person asked it. When will your next live streams be, and when will be breaks? I don't want to miss one. When are
Our next big trip is in 4 weeks. October 4th. We're going to be off for 10 days. Although we might be able to live stream from our location. Nick and I are heading to Kenya. And we are going to be in Kenya from the 4th, October 4th, until the 15th. So we return home on the 15th. But we will have internet at our camp. So if we have a strong enough internet signal, we'll do some live streaming from Africa, which I think will be kind of cool.
Are you selling the leftover drawings online?
Yes, that's another thing we're going to start doing. I'm going to start doing probably 5 to 10 drawings a week, and we'll start posting them. And you can with the link over to the website, and you can purchase them over on the website. So we're going to start doing that, and the leftover drawings will be part of that.
I like this joke. The bear blacksmith in this work says, "What do you want on your armor, Sir Knight?" Asked the bear smith. "The bare necessities," said Sir Baloo.
Nice.
For the bare necessities, simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. Bare necessities. Bare necessities alive.
I keep looking up to see what Nick's questions are, and they're not there.
Yeah, nothing new yet from Nick.
Nick.
Birch. Hi, Aaron. I'm a beginner at digital art, and my colors always look muddy when I blend them, especially skin tones. Do you have any tips to prevent this?
Yes, don't stay out of the grays and don't blend. Layer your colors, don't blend your colors. That's probably your biggest mistake. If you layer your colors, all that color will kind of vibrate and it'll stay pure. So that's my biggest piece of advice right there. There you go.
Oh yeah, you blend.
Blend.
Are you still working on a single layer?
I am working, yes. I'm just doing local color right now. This is all just local color. Local color is the color of an object when it's not in shadow and it's not in the light. It's just the color of an object. In this case, it's a brown bear or a yellow, white, off-white eggshell shirt tunic. But even local color has variations in the color, which is what I'm doing right now.
Dustin, can we have an Elvis impersonation singing the bare necessities?
That's kind of what you were doing.
That's kind of what.
You were kind of doing.
I'm kind of doing both mixed together somehow.
But you were doing what's his name? Dean Martin. Sound a little Dean Martin in there.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's money. Nick says new Patreon image went up today, FYI.
Oh, if you are a Patreon subscriber, a new Patreon image went up today. Check it out.
Check it out.
Be there or be square.
Be square. I want to see you first before you burn.
Oh. I got the spinning wheel of death. Hold on. I'm waiting.
Turd nugget.
Yeah, and I didn't save.
Oh, no.
I mean, I saved the drawing. Oh, there we go.
Okay, good. Whew. Did you work on a coloring book for the live-action Lion King by chance?
I did.
I saw a big one at Walmart with beautiful art, and it reminded me of your style.
Thank you, but no.
Thank you, but no. If I subscribe to your Patreon today, will I qualify for the portfolio review?
Yes.
Sweet.
If you qualify to, but you got to stay a member for at least 3 years.
There's a contract involved.
I'm just kidding. So right now I'm just getting local color, getting his shirt a little messed up. I'm going to be putting all kinds of textures on the garments here.
Garment. It's so great to see you working in digital again. Do you plan to do other mediums? Please say oils.
Yeah, did you say that?
Yeah,
I'm
please say
actually.
oils.
I'm getting ready to do an oil painting. I'm getting ready to do an oil painting demonstration. Yes. So there you go. I'm going to use the new easel that I got. I want to bust out my oils, which I haven't busted out in a while. Bust it out.
Bust it out. Nick's got a YouTube question.
All right.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi.
This week, my lecturer told me that my drawing style was very me, and told me that I don't want to be a one-trick pony, so I had to change it. Is it a bad thing to having a style while you draw?
No, your style, you don't have to change your style. Now, if he's talking about, a lot of young people right now draw an anime style. It's a style that's kind of going all over the place. Try to break that. Try different styles. It's okay to come back to anime. But the idea, if you want to grow as an artist, you have to try different ways of seeing and portraying the world around you. You know, as an animator at Disney, especially during the 90s, when we had to draw and design all our own characters as supervising animators, you know, every movie had a different design. So we had to have the ability to change our style from movie, sorry, I'm choking, from movie to movie. And so having that ability will really round you out as an artist. Now, some people will ask me, you know, I don't have a style, or you know, how do I get my style, and you know, and how did I come to have my style, Aaron Blaise? And the answer to that is your style will emerge. It happens organically. Your style is a result of influences from all over the place, and it's just gonna, the more you do it, the more it's gonna happen. And in my case, it just organically grew to what it is now. So don't worry about having to figure out what your style is. Your style will automatically happen. You just have to just keep going.
How many paintings or drawings is a portfolio in this case?
Well, it's there's no set number. It's whatever you feel represents your abilities to the top, you know, to the best of your abilities. So it's you don't want to overdo it. You only want to put in the best pieces you've got. You know, there is no hard number. Let me put it that way.
So say 1,000 illustrations and about 100 videos of animation.
Yeah, exactly. That would only be about a feature. No, not that. Um, yeah, it's whatever you feel best represents you. Put it that way.
Nick says a lot of people are saying that they cannot wait to see fire sparks in this one.
Oh, there's going to be fire sparks.
And Simon on YouTube says it's a Kodiak moment.
Oh, very nice.
Very clever.
Actually, I'm going to create.
And he's also got a YouTube question. When you put a slightly lighter or darker color over another color in the local color layer, do you put them on randomly, or do you follow any criteria?
It depends on what I'm doing. It's somewhat random, but do I want them both to vibrate together? Do I want one to be more dominant than the other? It depends on what I'm trying to do. If you look at in the case of the apron that the bear has on, you'll see that I have some opposing colors. Oops. Got it. Great Scott! Great Scott! I'm gonna mess that up.
Are you ready for another question? Or still?
Yeah. So in that case, I wanted the colors to be complementary, but in the gray area, meaning they're actually gray. They're complementary colors, but they're more gray than they are complementary. But you still get that vibration.
Do you catch yourself doing grimaces while drawing?
I catch myself making the face that I'm trying to draw. If I'm doing characters with expressions, I'll make that face because I'm trying to feel it. I don't use mirrors. That was kind of staged for the cameras. Not a lot of guys actually use mirrors, and that was not something we really did. And I always just wanted to feel. I wanted to feel the emotion and the expression and everything else that I'm trying to create. And so, yeah, as I'm drawing, you'll see me make those faces.
What has been the most difficult animal you've found drawing, painting, or etc.?
They're all difficult. I mean, they all have their certain ways that they're put together, so there is no specific, this is harder than that kind of thing. Let me see.
Which one would you say took you the longest to learn then?
But elephants were really difficult to figure out. Yeah.
Just because their unique shape?
Yeah.
Can you describe what the Patreon thing is and how to subscribe?
Patreon basically is something that you can go and you could say, I want to you can donate $1 a month, or you can donate, there we go. Or you can donate $5 a month, or you can donate $10 a month. And there's certain tiers that you get out of that. So if you're donating $1 a month, which is nice and cheap, obviously, then out of that, you get like 3 to 4 images a month that we upload from my portfolio that you can do anything you want with. You can use it as wallpaper. You can do whatever, and you can have a ball with it. If you want to do the $5 a month, which is super cheap, with that you're going to get. Oh, there we go. That's kind of cool. I'm getting some nice textures in here. You're going to get those same images, but they're going to be full resolution, and they're going to be the full Photoshop file, so you can break them down and see how I created any particular image. So that's kind of cool too. And if you do the $10 tier, you're going to get a live stream every month, specific to the Patreon followers.
Today I got my 14-inch Kenai bear plush. It's also my birthday. Such a good day. Happy birthday to you.
All right. So you can see I'm just creating texture in the fur with some of my texture brushes. I'm not going to worry about I just want texture. That's all I want right now.
What's the current brush that you're using?
It's a texture brush. It's just one that I created.
Do you struggle with introducing more unrealistic colors into your designs? I tend to use exclusively natural colors, but I'm concerned about it becoming stale.
Well, I use the color that I think is necessary for the image. So that's the only way, and that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. What kind of Wacom tablet do you use for digital?
The one I'm using right now, you have this camera?
Yep.
I got a big one here. So I've got the, this is the Wacom 32 Pro, or Pro 32. I love this screen. The bigger the better, I always say, and it's awesome. And then I have a 16-inch that I use when I'm on the road. So when I was at Lightbox over the weekend, I brought my 16-inch with me, hooked it up to my laptop, and I was able to give demonstrations with that. But this is what I use at home. It's a wonderful machine to do illustration on. I'm working every day, so I'm a big proponent of buying the right tool for the right job, and this is definitely the right tool.
How do you do your research before shooting your courses? For example, the skeleton and muscles. Do you use books or do you research online?
I do books, I research online, plus I have a lot of it in my head already. I'm over here. I research online, I do books, I have a lot of it in my head already. I just confirm everything. I go out, draw from life a lot first, and then I also, I order the skulls from Bone Clones, and I use those as reference as well. So I'm going to go ahead now and just lay a layer, to put a layer down, set it to multiply. That's going to be a shadow layer.
Oh, Nick just wrote, Kendra Wilford says, guess who just joined the Patreon club?
Kendra Williford?
Yeah.
Right on.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of people joining now that I mentioned the portfolio review.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
And I'm going to warn you guys ahead of time. I'm going to be honest with you on your portfolios. I'm not to say I'm going to be a jerk, but I want to be honest. I think too many people that look at portfolios aren't honest. Now I'm going to be constructive as well, so don't worry about that. But I'm going to be honest. I had a great experience when I was a young 18-year-old with the head of Mill Pond Press in Sarasota, Florida. He was very honest with me. Matter of fact, he said, "Do you want me to tell you? Tell you the truth, or do you want me to lie?" I said, "I want you to tell me the truth." And he told me my portfolio was garbage, but I had some potential that I should get out there. And he knew I was going to Ringling. He said, "Ringling's a good school. Get in there and learn everything you can. Then come back and talk to me again." So I learned everything I could, except by that point, I was ready to go to Disney. My goals changed. But he was right. Looking back on it, my portfolio was garbage. Now, I'm not going to tell anybody that their portfolio is garbage. What? Yeah, go ahead, Dustin.
Okay. Hello, Aaron.
Hello.
I really want to get into animation program at college. What are your tips for admission portfolios? Also, who is the guy who's asking all the questions? His voice seems familiar.
That's my son, Dustin.
Hi.
My recommendation, if you want to get into school, if you've already done animation as a high school student, throw it in there. If you've got something that you feel is pretty decent, just keep in mind, you've got a lot to learn. Keep your mind open, You know, one of the things I can't stand are kids that come in and they can't take criticism and they don't want to learn any more than, or they say they do. Often someone says, "Hey, can you look at my portfolio?" When in actuality they're looking for praise, and so when you actually give them a critique and give them criticism, they get defensive and they shut down, and that's just not how the world works, especially in the animation world. And so, you know, be open to criticism as well. Humiliation, or not humiliation, but humility. Have some humility. Take it on the chin.
Do you have some go-to websites to study anatomy?
Well, I've got a course on my website on human anatomy. If you want to check that out, it's at creatureartteacher.com, and it's specifically on drawing, understanding human anatomy from an artist's point of view, from my point of view. It's how I kind of learned it. It's my own personal approach to human anatomy. So there's that. Proco has some great stuff. I would definitely check out Proco's site and go from there.
What type of career did you recommend for people who are interested in art, especially when it comes to economic conditions?
I don't know what to tell you. You can make a living at art in anything. You just have to be persistent and good at what you're doing. So, you know, making a living at art is always a gamble. So, I'm not going to tell you what kind of economic issues there are. You know, animation, you can make decent money at it, but, you know, once again, you don't go into it for the money because you're not always going to get that money. You do it because you love it and you get really great at it, and then if you're great at it, people are going to come to find you to come work for them, and then the money will be there. You know, that was one of the greatest pieces of advice that I learned as a young artist, was don't go for the paycheck. Go for the love of what you do, and that love will drive you to such a skill level that you will be sought out and the money will come.
Nick just wrote, Alice on YouTube says, just signed up for your character design workshop. So excited!
Yay!
And also, YouTube question, any chance you'll ever show us the garbage portfolio?
The garbage oh, I don't have it. That's 30 years ago. Those images don't exist anymore. Although, you know what I did get in the mail? I got in the mail from my old friend Tracy Mark Lee, who we worked together on several projects. He was a cleanup assistant animator, and I was the animator. So we worked together on I would do the animation, and he would do the cleanup of my animation. And he sent me in the mail. Here, hand me that cardboard. There's right there on the middle shelf, down one shelf. There's some chipboard underneath there. Hand me that stack.
This right here?
No, just pull the boards out too. No, okay, I'll do it. You know, it's hard to explain. Yeah, I don't need all that. That's what I'm saying. I need this.
Yeah, I would not be able to. I just need paper. Lots and lots of paper.
So, as many of you know, way back in 1990, I worked on the original Beauty and the Beast. And this is a shot. I'm going to get this in the right order here. Doggone it!
God darn it!
There we go.
Come on, Bobby.
Bobby? Here's some original Nala designs. Here we go. That's an original Nala design sketch when I was first designing her for The Lion King. My buddy Tracy Lee had that in his collection. He just sent it back to me. But he also had this. This is really cool. Here, take this. Hold on to that. Just hold those.
Oh, okay. I'm holding them.
This is a shot where the beast says, "Then he shouldn't have trespassed here." I animated that. This is the first pass. I ended up not using this version. I went for a more 3/4 version. I don't know. Can you? Am I gonna?
Yeah, I got you on green screen.
If I flip it this way, can you see it?
Yeah, we can see it.
But you can see the drawings here. Trespass. Whoop! They all jumped out of my hands. And he shouldn't have trespassed here. And he comes right into the foreground. So there's the. I'm missing a few keys, but you can see this. I just got this in the mail. These are drawings I did. Geez, 30 years ago.
30 years.
Oh, 29 years ago. These are all. I love doing big close-up shots like this. This is Beast coming right into the camera. But you're able to see all that?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a little
Like
it's a little high in the frame,
better?
but yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So there's the Beast. From here, you take that.
Right.
Right. What did I do with the boards? The boards. Oh, they're right. Hold on. Don't put those up there yet.
Right.
So there's a Nala. One of my Nala sketches for when I was designing her. There's this one felt a little too like panther-like, so we changed her a little bit. But that was another one. And these are terrible drawings, but it's kind of funny. This is when before the Beast had been designed, Glenn Keane showed us a couple of ideas, but he hadn't really gotten the design bought off yet. And so I was just drawing sketches of my own, and he was coming out like this baboon-looking crazy thing. These are quick drawings that I was doing. They're terrible. These are terrible drawings. The anatomy is horrible. I look at this now and I just cringe. But that's what we were doing back then. Back in the day.
Way back in the day.
Yeah, there's one. Him screaming. Look at that. There's no jawline there. But this is all really early on, before he had a design that was
Usable.
that was bought off on. Yeah, this is before he became who he was in the movie. So that was a fun surprise to get in the mail from my friend Tracy Lee. So here, put this. Put that stuff on top.
There you go, lad.
And then put this back on the shelf.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Right?
So I was actually asking, when am I going to be doing the angry Scotsman impersonation?
I like it.
You're not the brie!
Right?
Right! I'm going to go ask them why they don't have any brie.
So I'm just adding shadows now.
You're like, terrible drawings? Those are amazing. Every time you say these drawings are terrible and cringy, I feel so unworthy.
Well, I'm gauging them against what they need to be for what I was doing them for. There we go. I gotta start working in some background stuff too.
Oh, almost forgot to switch. There we go. Nick's got a few questions. A YouTube question. I noticed the shape of the one brush preview seems to change angle randomly. Can you show us how that setting works? I know you are not using the pen with barrel rotation. How is the brush spinning?
Which one are you talking about?
The angle brush, I think.
Oh.
Like how it changes angle.
Not the one I was just. This isn't changing angle at all.
I think it might have been the one you were using before we talked about the.
I'll show you. It's angle jitter. is what it is. You click on the angle jitter. It gives your angle jitter.
Jitter.
So I'm putting a cool background in here, but I'm going to put some warm light in there too. So you need to get something in there for him to work off of. Well, let me show you. Here, I'll grab one of those. So I see the texture brush that I was using. Now I know what you're talking about. It jumps around like that. Well, if I go over to my folder, my brush settings, if I go to shape dynamics, you'll see that I have a flip jitter. I have that turned on, and I have flip X jitter and flip Y jitter. Okay, and so that's jumping all over the place. I also have a size jitter up at the top, so the size is always jumping all over the place. And with that, it kind of creates kind of a random pattern when you start to put it on the paper or on the screen. So experiment. If you're trying to make your own brushes, experiment with the jitter, because it's cool actually.
Nick's got a Twitch question.
Yes,
Did you animate the part when the beast is taking a bath and fluffs up? Such a cute moment. Or when all the birds land on him?
That was Bruce Johnson. All the birds?
Yeah, the birds went.
I animated all the birds landing on him. When I did the song, there's something that wasn't there before.
Wasn't there before?
I did that whole song with Beast. So yes, I actually designed the birds as well. So I designed all the birds, animated the birds on Beast, and had fun with it. Yeah, that was a fun sequence. Mark Henn and I. Mark Henn did Belle. I did Beast.
Aaron, when you are when you're watching nature documentaries, do you pause and draw animals? If you see them in interesting poses?
Yes.
I'm doing something, or
All right.
sometimes.
Are you having a stroke?
Just broken English. My English broke.
Yeah. No, I do. Yes, I do this. Stop and do that.
Do you? Okay, I now understand the second question. Is just going to try to translate, but is that a good way to learn anatomy? Is to watch nature documentaries and pause? And
Yeah,
draw?
I definitely. I think it's better than trying to use photographs, because photographs will lie to you, and it's hard to get understand the form through just photographs. But if you use nature documentaries and you can see the movement and all that, then it tends to be stronger. You get a better sense of what you're looking at.
What's the wooden thing that's holding your Wacom? Did you have that made?
No, I made it. It's just a stand, a wooden stand that I put together.
Yeah, I built it. I built it myself. You know, it's cool.
You got to be self-sufficient, man.
You've got to take care of yourself. Why I said that in a Scottish accent, I don't know.
So I'm putting in some highlight or lighter areas, just burning in a couple of areas here very quickly, just to get the pattern going.
YouTube question: can you zoom in a bit?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, sure.
I just don't like to zoom in too much because I lose sight of what I'm doing, so I need to pull back sometimes. But I'll zoom in as much as I can. Here I have to be somewhat zoomed out for what I'm doing, because I'm really doing big broad strokes right now.
How do you draw straight lines in Photoshop for your perspective course? I held shift, but it only draws vertical or horizontal.
I use the line tool. Just use the line tool. So what you do is you have the line tool right here. Go to line tool, and then go up. There's a thing up in the top. It says shape, path, or pixels. And you do pixels, and then you can just go, bam, there's a line. Bam, there's a line. No
So
matter
that's
what
how you do
direction
the
you
thing.
go. Yeah. So use the line tool. So now I'm going to go back into my local color because we're going to get this glowing really good. So first thing I'm going to do here.
Mike, the author, says, Aaron, I think it's really awesome. In the lore, they're bears that were mysteriously given sentience rather than something fantastical. So it makes sense that it's basically just a bear in clothes. From a style perspective, this is the Aaron style I love.
Thank you. Yeah, you know, the Native Americans. Native Americans and a lot of folklore about bears felt that bears were really just people in bear clothing, which I always thought was kind of cool.
What was your funniest moment with Glenn Keane?
I don't know that we had many funny moments. We had really good times and laughs and here and there, but
What moment made you laugh the hardest?
there's one time that I wasn't there, but Tom Bancroft was working with Glenn. He and I both were working with Glenn on Pocahontas, and Tom happened to be in Glenn's office in California. I was in Florida, and Glenn got a phone call from a guy named Aaron, and Tom thought it was me, and so he kept jumping as Glenn was talking. He kept going in front of the phone, going, "Hey Aaron, hey Aaron," and yelling into the phone. But it wasn't me; it was a different Aaron. That's somebody else who he was having trying to have a conversation with.
Oh, that must
Glenn
be
was
nice.
getting really annoyed with him.
You're fired.
Yeah, you're fired.
What was the song you were singing in your pool in the storm? I've been humming it all week.
Oh, I love a rainy night. I love a rainy night. I love to hear the thunder, watch the lightning with the lights up the sky. You know what makes me feel good? Can't remember the rest of it.
Nice.
All right, so we got just the start of a nice glowing hatchet blade. Now that hatchet blade is going to cause some glowing reflected light. So that's what I want to focus on next.
The blade of the hatchet.
Yes, sir. Come in here. I'm going to bring the opacity down.
Sorry if I missed your explanation of this art piece earlier, but what was the inspiration for this digital painting?
These are going to be a part of a series of illustrations for. These are characters from a book that I'm helping to illustrate, where you can go in and it's sort of like a Dungeons and Dragons type of thing, but you find your own kind of adventure through this world. It's really kind of cool. It was pitched to me, and Nick is involved as well. We really, really like the idea of it, and we think it's a winner, so we want to get in here and help out with it in any way we can. It's something we've been sitting on for a while, and I've been neglecting the work on it because I've had other work, and so finally thought, hey, why don't we get over and kind of share it with our live stream followers. We can show them what we're doing. So that's what I'm doing here.
Nick has a few new questions. YouTube question. Hello, Mr. Blaise.
Hello.
Hello. Can you give us advice of how to draw perspective if the vanishing point is off of the page?
You got to draw you got to put the vanishing point off the page. That's all I can tell you. That's what you got to do. and it's kind of a pain in the butt. You have to have a big enough desk, or if you're doing it digitally, you just blow your image up so that it goes off that way.
And Twitch question: how did you learn Photoshop? Did you take a course or any other form of way of learning?
No, I when I was at Disney, I started learning. My art director, Andy Harkness, who art directed Moana and a few other projects. He's amazing, amazing artist. I asked him if he would just show me some basics with Photoshop, because I knew at the time I was directing a movie called The King of the Elves, and it was a CG film, and I knew the imagery that I was creating. In order to get the executives to buy off on it, it needed to have a better look than what I was creating. And so I asked Disney to give me Photoshop and a Cintiq in my office, and that's the beauty of working for Disney, because the next day I had Photoshop and a Cintiq in my office, and I asked Andy to come over and give me a few pointers on how to at least start it so I could start drawing, and he did, and the rest is history, and I just started learning from there. I just, over time, just learned it.
How do you deal with neck or back pain from drawing, or equally repetitive strain injury in your hands?
I don't get that. I've never had it. I get that question a lot, and it's just something that doesn't happen to me. I draw kind of broadly, and so it doesn't bother me.
How was Lightbox?
Lightbox was awesome. It was a wonderful kind of mix of like-minded people. It was really great.
From earlier, speaking about that Scott accent, it reminded me of Scrooge McDuck from Ducktales. What do you think about the Ducktales reboot?
I didn't know there was a Ducktales reboot. Did you?
I've heard of the Ducktales reboot. I haven't actually watched it yet, though.
Oh, you mean it's a series?
Yeah, it's a Ducktales was a popular.
I know it. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, to Disney.
I didn't know it was a reboot.
Yeah,
series.
they're rebooting the series. I think they rebooted it a few months ago.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. Definitely going to need to take a look at that.
So just getting some glowies. So that's a real term, glowies. Get some glowies on this face.
So the seasons are changing. The autumn is finally coming in. And any chance you'd consider doing a Dia de los Muertos? Day of the Living Dead animal?
I don't know the culture well enough. I want to make sure I don't insult anybody. But I'll research it.
I hope I pronounced that right. Dia de los Muertos?
I think so.
Muertos?
Just getting this little bits of reflected light here.
What do you think of the new Mulan trailer? I think I
I
only
haven't
saw the
seen it.
first teaser. I didn't even know they released a newer trailer. Did a newer trailer come out?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I actually posted a thing about Brother Bear, but then I pulled it off because it might be a fake.
Yeah.
There's a post about them talking about Disney talking about doing Brother Bear as a live action, but
You'd think they would have called you
well,
about
it came out in Rolling Stone, the Spanish version of Rolling Stone as well. I couldn't find that though. Someone else had posted that, and that's the first way that I saw it, was through that article. And then I did a search, and there were several articles talking about Brother Bear possibly being rebooted, but they were saying, you know, it's in discussion along with a whole bunch of other ones, which
Like
obviously
Treasure
it
Planet.
would be because it's all part of the library.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I do think it would be a good one to think about as a reboot. I just think it lends itself to that.
You think they give you a call about that or something?
Nah. No.
They're not those kinds of people.
No.
What was it like working alongside Walt Elias Disney?
Okay, it's getting old. Move on.
Move along.
Come up with some new material.
YouTube question from Nick. Studios are looking for character artists, but a lot require 3D skills. Should I invest in 3D software and take time off to practice it, or should I stick with the 2D and hope for the best?
Well, I mean, picking up 3D is not just like, oh, I'm going to buy some 3D software and you're just going to all of a sudden, you know, pick it up. It's going to take time and a lot of work to figure it out and understand it. I don't know what to tell you. It depends on what you're looking for, really. So that's a hard one to say. So I'm just laying in the roughest of roughs right now. Oops.
And the same person that was asking about the Day of the Living Dead, or the Living Dead, the Day of the Dead drawing.
You okay? Yeah. Words.
Yeah, words. I can't do words. Yeah, he just wrote, "You'll not insult anybody when it comes to art," and you pronounced that perfectly. Thank you.
I'm going to give him a nice, cool rim light. He's got some outdoor light coming in through a window or something.
Another person says, here in Mexico, we don't take ourselves very seriously, so it won't insult anyone, in my opinion.
Oh,
I would definitely love to see your take on the Day of the Dead. Yeah, I really like the spirit animal designs from Coco.
Oh yeah.
I think it'd be really cool to if you made a design like that. Oh, YouTube comment. They put the Ducktales reboot out a few years ago, with David Tennant taking over from the late great Alan Young as Scrooge McDuck. Oh.
What did that there?
Go, yeah. I didn't realize it was a few years ago. I'm getting old.
Train that never stops, baby. Train that never stops.
All aboard for the age train.
So you can see this nice, cool rim lighting plays nice against the orange.
And a comment on Facebook here that Aaron, I have bought all of your animal courses and they are awesome. And now I'm waiting like crazy for the Birds of Prey course.
You know, it's coming. Everyone is asking me for that, and I promise you it's coming. I've got so many irons in the fire, including this blacksmith. No pun intended.
Aaron, if Disney does Brother Bear live version, I'm voting for you and Dustin in bear costumes for the pitch.
That feels pretty good. I'm liking that.
Which drawing are you most proud of?
Oh, that one that I did about 7 years ago. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
I don't know. I do hundreds. I do thousands of drawings a year, so I don't know. I don't fall in love with my drawings either, so there's that.
I read that they did the lighting for Coco through a software they repurposed from Ray in The Princess and the Frog. Do you think that kind of automated lighting limits the visual design of a movie?
I don't know. It depends on what they're going for. I don't think they would have used it if it limited them. It may have been exactly what they were looking for. So, in which case, that's smart planning, right? Right?
Yeah,
Right?
I thought you were talking to the audience. I didn't realize you were talking to me the whole time. Sorry. I was not paying attention.
I'm used to it.
Ouch.
Right. So, still going fairly quickly on this.
Twitch question.
Yeah.
How do you approach details when storyboarding? Where would you add or remove details to create focus?
Well, that's you add the detail where you want the focus and pull away where you want it to go away. And first of all, you don't need to do a lot of detail in boarding. If you have someone that tells you have to have the detail, then they probably aren't quite sure what they're looking for. Because usually your storyboards don't need a lot of detail. Once again, it depends on what the storyboards are for. If it's a previs kind of thing, then maybe they do need a little bit more detail. But it really depends on what it is that they are going for. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this.
Are you alright?
Trying to get this lighting right.
Gotta get it down just right.
Just right.
If there was one time in your life that you could go back to for a couple of hours, when would it be?
Oh man.
Just for a couple of hours.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one. I'm gonna pass on that one. That's a little too personal. Sorry, this one's a little too hard for me to wrap my head around.
That's alright. When drawing the human skull, is it good practice to draw from reference photos or models of the human skull?
Sure. Either one. I would say models if you've got them. That would be the best. Put another.
Nick just said Deep Thoughts is fixed. He may need to refresh the page.
All right, let me go up here and hit refresh. All fixed. Our web shot broke something. All right, Nick is back. Nick
Birch. And someone wrote, I think he thinks that he knows where you would go to. So I know Dustin's first birthday.
Yeah, that's probably one of them. Seeing as how I missed it.
But you're not going to miss it this time.
No.
It's this Monday.
It is. We're throwing a big party for Dustin this weekend. Hey, if any of you are in town, come on by. Stop by. Come by the Blaise Hacienda. We'll throw Dustin a big birthday party.
That'll be fun. Yeah, you were out of town the past few years during this time, right?
Pretty close. Yeah. Ah, barf.
Barf. You just barf?
Yeah. Terrible. Twitch question: do you have to make up where the light is coming up on the bear? Yes, I'm making it up.
If you were to make a new movie like the Disney classics, which story, no reboots, would you make if it had to be a retelling of an old story?
Oh, that's interesting. Ricky Tikki Tavi.
Ricky Tikki Tavi?
Yeah, I love that story.
What is Ricky Tikki Tavi?
The mongoose in India. Has to go against the cobra. Warner Brothers did a good version of that. Really liked it.
What was the one book story that I used to read a lot when I was little? It was like the pea under the mattress or something like.
The Princess and the Pea. When you pee in your mattress, what'd you say? If you want to go to Aaron's for the party, his home address is 555 West 50th Street. Are people asking for the address?
I believe so.
Ah, gotcha. Sorry, folks, my girlfriend would kill me.
And people were like, happy early birthday. Thank you.
Austin Scott asked, hey guys, just was wondering were there were any fundamentals, tutorials, exercises, or books that you recommend, such as color and lighting, perspective, composition, etc. Well, I've got all that stuff on my website. If you want to go check it out there, all of that, we have courses on the website, and I really recommend checking it out because they're pretty thorough. We've got stuff on color, composition, perspective, all of it right there. As far as books go, I don't have specific books for those. Well, it depends on what kind of fundamentals you're talking about too. If you're talking about animation or drawing or painting or what, I'm not sure.
Lindsay
Check
Shalinsky
out
just said,
creatureartteacher.com. Sorry, Dustin.
no worries. Lindsay Shalinsky just said, hey, mine is Sunday the 15th.
Oh, you guys are a day apart.
That is cool. Of all the new Disney live action reboots, why don't Disney do the right thing and do a 2D reboot of The Incredible Journey?
That would be awesome. Oh, Nick says James Gurney has some great books on lighting. James Gurney has great advice on everything. James Gurney is one of my favorite painters. Go check him out. He's amazing.
When you had the idea for Brother Bear, what did you have to do to get the movie going? Did you have to pitch it to a group?
Yes, I pitched it to the executives, and they either told me they liked it or they didn't. At the time, they liked it. We actually submitted several different ideas for the movie. We had our favorites, and then we went from there, and then developed what everybody agreed was the strongest, and that's how we moved forward on it. Question: how did you set the brush for this gradient? How did I set the brush for this gradient? I don't know what gradient you speak of. I don't know what you are saying.
Probably because the edges of the brush is so soft.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know what gradient you speak of. Now I do all my settings right in here. So this is where you do all of your settings up in your brush settings, and you can click on each uh, setting here, and it gives you different attributes that you can add to your brush.
Concept art question.
Yes.
I'm finding it really jarring. I want to be a character designer. I keep getting the same advice about simplifying the design, not to use color, and just do line work. Yet, I see designs by artists that are fully rendered. Please, can you advise?
Well, those fully rendered designs are usually by people that are figuring out texture. If you want to be a strong character designer, I'm assuming you're a young artist, just judging by the advice that you were getting. So I would agree with the advice you're getting. Focus on the design aspects. It's all about proportion and that sort of thing when you're just designing your characters. And composition and all that. And yes, composition does come into play in your designs. And then you can add color if you want. But usually color in the studios is added by someone else further down the line.
Yeah, I've seen certain concept designers start with just a simple silhouette, like just simple shapes.
Little silhouette of a man.
Little silhouette of a man, Scaramouche, Scaramouche. We do the fandango. But they'll start with silhouettes, and once they find the right silhouette, then they would start adding in the actual light, like the actual details within that silhouette.
Say silhouette again, I dare you.
Silhouette. Hey Aaron, I have and love all your brushes. Will you please make a skin brush? The ones I have are not as good as yours, and they don't match the other brushes.
That's a cool idea. I've thought about doing skin brushes in the past, and to be honest with you, I just forgot about them. So I will do that.
So you want to make brushes made out of skin?
For skin, yeah.
Yeah.
For making skin, not foreskin.
No, I didn't say foreskin. I said out of skin.
I said it. Now I'm being 5 years old.
Would you do character designs for the Brother Bear reboot if they asked you?
Yeah, I definitely would. For sure. Faux show.
I have a character I designed, and I'm trying to draw a 3/4 view, but struggling. Any tips? I can't seem to get it to look right.
Well, it's really thinking about that character in 3D. So that's where your issue is. You got to figure out what does that character look like in 3D. Boy, that eye looks terrible. I'm too far with it.
You've gone too far.
Yeah, 3/4. You've gotta picture that character the way it would look. You gotta understand not just how it looks from the front. You gotta understand how that character looks from every direction. And that's one of the pitfalls of young designers is that they get that one design that looks really good from a certain angle, but then they can't get it to look right any other way. And you got to get past that.
Are you Dave Rapose's brother?
No. Don't know who Dave Repose is.
I don't know what that
I
is
don't
either.
either.
I thought you would know.
I don't know.
I thought you would know. That's why I asked the question.
Don't
I got a new question.
know. Okay.
When animating walk for a canine, how much can you get away with exaggerating the shoulder roll before it starts looking like a cat's shoulder blade?
As much as it takes. So I never know exactly how much I can exaggerate anything until I see that I exaggerated it too far. So I get that question a lot. I don't know how I could tell you any other way other than see how far you can take it before it looks too exaggerated. That's how we do things around, you know?
That's how we do things around here.
Not sure what Level Up is, but he's the concept artist of Zootopia and other films.
For what? What are you talking about?
I think that was a talk from something. Armand Serrano.
Oh, Armin? Yeah, I know Armin. Armin and I have known each other for years.
Yeah.
We just saw each other over the weekend. Matter of fact, he does a conference in the Philippines every year. He's just getting ready to go to it now, and we were there last year speaking at his conference.
Can you show us the bear skull you have?
Why, certainly. I've got
Certainly.
I've got two of them.
And actually, the person I was talking about.
Here's one. This is a grizzly bear skull. You can bite my head right off. Boop. Head fits right inside. Oops, can you see it?
Yep.
So there's my grizzly bear. Giant.
Oh, the person I was talking about, Serrano, was Sal Serrano.
Oh, not Armand. Not Armand.
Well, Sal was talking about Armand.
Oh, gotcha. And here's my polar bear skull. And he can eat my head too. Bump. Gun. Polar bear.
That'll give you a splitting headache.
Yeah. The question, Twitch question. Hello, is the animal drawing bundle on the website beginner artist friendly? Yes, it is. It absolutely is. And you don't have to work digitally. Even though I'm working digitally, you don't have to work digitally. What size file are you working on? This is 20 by 16 at 300 dpi.
Hey, Manny!
Manny!
I bought a bear skull. Guess how much I paid?
$100.
$100. Well, he hasn't actually said yet.
No, it's
there
gonna
it
be
is.
$100.
Yep.
That's our running
Yep.
our running gag, man.
$100.
We went into a taxidermist shop and on our way to Wyoming, or on our way to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, he and I, and everything was for sale for $100. Nick was there too.
$100. Would you ever consider creating a graphic novel, or are you animating illustration oriented only?
Yeah, I'm not into the. I would love to do a graphic novel, but I just don't think I'd have the time for it. Simon on YouTube says, "Hi, Aaron. I'm sure a lot of people would love an Art of Aaron Blaise art book. You've mentioned it's something you would consider. Any plans for it in the future?" Matter of fact, we just had a meeting yesterday about what we're going to be doing this year. And one of the things we talked about was 3 books. We want to do an art of book. We want to do my sketchbooks all in a book, and then we want to do the thing that I just did, the 100 drawings. We want to put that into a book. So yes, we're going to have some books coming out this year. So here I'm just getting some of that reflected light coming up from that glow.
Kristen Von Benson asks, Aaron, would you look at something I'm working on very quickly?
Nope.
Nope.
No, I can't right now. I'm working. And,
You went straight for the gut.
sorry. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I get a lot of people asking, and I can't right now because I'm very, very busy with the stuff that I'm doing. But we are going to be doing. Now. I'm going to be looking at portfolio reviews from Twitch, or not Twitch. What am I saying?
You okay?
What's my?
Your
we're doing
Twitch?
a portfolio review.
Oh, Patreon?
Patreon, thank you. I kept wanting to say Pantheon. I don't know
Pantheon.
why. Pantheon. Yeah. My brain. I think I'm going. I think I'm losing a little bit in my brain.
I think you might want to relax there a little, buddy.
Twitch question. Hello, is the animal drawing bundle on the website? Oh, beginner friendly. I already did that. What site? I did that. Nick says, we're going to try very hard to get those books out at least for pre-order in time for the holiday season. So there you go. We're going to try to do that in time for the holiday season. We've got everything scanned. All the artwork is ready to go. We just need to lay it out. Thanks to Dustin.
Huh? What about the book?
Yeah, so you got everything scanned.
Yes.
Yeah. I got everything scanned. Except for that mustard. Don't be silly.
Will there be a live stream on Tuesday?
On Tuesday, I'm not quite sure because I've got a meeting with somebody else on Tuesday to go over some other stuff. We might not be able to make it on Tuesday. Depends on what time we set the meeting up. We will stay tuned. We will let you know.
Stay tuned. Latecomer just wrote, Disney is planning to do the live action remake of Brother Bear.
See, I don't know if that's true or not. Who's just said that?
Peter Burnow.
Yeah, see, I saw that somewhere. I don't know if I give that any credence. But it could be.
Kayla Mariah says, I'm very happy I signed up for your Patreon. I need honest opinion about my portfolio, even if it's similar to the quote-unquote compliment received from the book company.
I'll be honest. I will be honest. That I can guarantee you.
I remember working at Stereo D whenever I showed my work for the first time to my lead. He would always say, "Look, this is a great start. This looks awesome. However,"
Yeah.
then he gets into all the notes, and sometimes it can be like 2 or 3 small things, or it could be a whole list of things. But he always starts pausing and goes, "Now let's go to the negatives."
Yeah. That's all right. That's how it works.
It is how it works, and honestly, I just like that. I liked how he was very nice about it.
Yeah.
Because, people can be pretty blunt, straightforward about it.
Biggish, dickish, yes.
A few months ago, this from Mariana Garcia. A few months ago, I sent you a fan-made trailer for Brother Bear live-action remake. You replied that you had no official news. Well, probably not a few months ago. Probably a year or so now.
Yeah. I still don't have any official news. I don't know anything about it. I don't remember that live action trailer.
I know nothing.
Maybe an arc of flames or sparks indicating the direction of the swing. All that's going to get in there, just haven't got to it yet. I'm actually going to blur the arm. We're going to have the little arc coming down. We're going to have some sparks coming up like so. We have a lot of action in there that we haven't gotten in yet.
It's
Just got to
getting there.
get in here. I want to get the lighting right. I'm getting caught up in a little bit of the minutia. There, that feels better. I want to push. I'm trying to get the extremes of lighting a little stronger.
Just out of curiosity, have you thought of drawing more mythical creatures like a chimera, a griffin, or anything of that sort?
No.
Okay.
No, I like fantasy creatures. I just haven't. I haven't thought of drawing them lately, just because of everything else that I'm doing.
Any plans for Halloween?
Yeah, we always have a great Halloween here. First of all, I pride myself on being the most awesome house on the block, and we go out and buy piles of candy, full size, I might add.
Not the small stuff, the
Not
big,
the small stuff.
big mother loads.
Yeah, and we hang out up front. I pour myself a little drink. We put some music on, get a fire going.
Yeah, we
And
have a
enjoy the
fire
evening.
pit. We have like one of those above ground fire pits that we move to the front each Halloween on the driveway.
Well, this year it's a little dead. It's because the weather's finally just destroyed it. So, we
So,
have to come up
need to
with
get a new
something
one?
little different. Yeah. Any tips for building patience while drawing? I find myself often becoming disinterested or bored before I get to the final stages of painting and rushing through the early ones. Well, you're probably getting really caught up in details. If you notice how I tend to work pretty bold and rough. That's because I have the same issue. If I get caught up working on something too long, I get really bored with it. So I try to keep my style such that I don't have to worry about getting bored. So there we go there. There we go there. What? So let's put
Here,
another.
go there.
I'm gonna put
Wrap.
another layer here.
Gonna wrap around and go there,
Go there and there.
there and there. Go way over there. Seeing
So I'm
this,
going in with some extra darks now.
I swear every time. Seeing
What
this,
were you
I'm-
gonna say?
Can I speak now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Seeing this, I'm very excited for the 28th online workshop. Do you have a mini character design assignment planned during that workshop?
Yes. It's something that you can go away with. I can even tell you what it is right now because it's something I have it in my course as well. I want you to come up with a character from a book or your favorite character, a book story, but one that's never been designed before, the one that's never really been visually realized, and we're going to come up with it. Did you just take a picture of me?
No.
Huh.
Is that an old question or comment from Nick?
Yeah.
I'm all like,
Are you?
which one just popped
They're
up?
bored with us.
Hi Dustin, how's your week been? It's been good. Yeah,
Thanks.
it's been pretty good. Can't
Thanks for
complain.
asking.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a nice relaxing weekend and having a good week and yeah. More excited for this coming weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Can't complain. Can't complain. Do you have a personal theme for Inktober yet? People, animals, a little of everything?
Animals.
Animals?
Yeah. Always animals.
Are you going to be doing lions, tigers, or bears? Oh,
Yes.
wow.
I'm just going to be in the same kind of feel as what I just did for the Lightbox Expo. All those drawings on gray paper. Just random different images.
See, Marshall asks, just signed up for Patreon. How does the review work?
You'll be getting an email that will there we go. You'll be getting an email that will highlight, outline what you need to do and where you need to send everything.
Are you excited for your next birthday? Not excited as I was when I turned 21. As each year when I was just like, oh yeah, another birthday. But next year's the big one though.
Yeah. I remember when I turned 30, 21 years ago.
Andy Nicole's just came out. I'm late. Was Lightbox Expo awesome?
It was awesome. Should have got here on time. I'm not talking about it again.
We've
No.
already talked about it like 30 times.
No, it was awesome. It was really great. We had a really good time. Sold 50 of those drawings, so that was nice.
50.
50.
50! Hi, Aaron.
Hi.
I'm having difficulty in finding balance in my poses while animating humans, like when they're bending over, etc., while placing the legs. Any tips on how to get the balance right?
Imagine that center of gravity. That's what you need to do. You got to find that center of gravity. And a lot of times it's splitting the mass in half. So whatever you're looking at, split that mass in half, and that's where you're going to place your feet on either side of that.
So when you're splitting it in half, are you using a machete or
Yeah,
an
maybe
axe?
machete. Yeah, exactly.
Machete?
Machete.
Machete.
Oh, I just watched a great mini-series, The Green Frontier on Netflix, subtitled in Spanish.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, man, it's pretty cool. Really spiritual.
Have you
It's on the Amazon.
looked at the Trials by Light?
Yes,
What do you think?
I like it. I like it a lot. So, Aaron, I cast characters I designed so I have their voice and personality in my head. Do you do the same? I actually do. I do something similar to that.
I know you said y'all are holding off on the travel for a bit, but where's the next place you plan to bring Dustin for great reference photos?
Probably Montana. That's probably where we're going to be going next for that type of stuff. Nick and I are heading off to. There we go. We're headed off to Kenya in 4 weeks. Keeping this nice and rough.
Dustin, are you excited for the adaptation live-action Avatar, The Last Airbender series on Netflix? I also heard that they're doing Cowboy Bebop too. Ever since the movie Last Airbender made me a little nervous about any other live-action adaptations, and the Cowboy Bebop thing has been rumored going around for years. So, I mean, if it's official now. Yeah, I just hope they don't mess it up, but...
I hope they don't.
Nerd! That's what you're thinking, aren't you?
I'm not thinking that. No.
No. Please, can I have a link to your Patreon?
It's patreon.com/
Right there.
Aaron Blaise Art. Now remember, I'm going to be honest. So if you want me to look at your portfolio, I'm going to give you honest feedback. Don't show me your portfolio because you want me to give you all kinds of compliments. It's not going to happen. I'm going to give you the professional approach. I'll be constructive. I'll be nice.
Will you, though? Will you?
Will you?
Be nice?
Will you? Will you be
Will
my
you?
neighbor?
Will you seriously be nice? Is that an old one from Nick?
Yeah.
Nick.
Are you out of questions?
Yeah. And there's a person mentioning about another anime live action stuff, but
Jenny on YouTube says, I love this bluish white light so much. For some reason, I never remember this kind of light as a thing when I'm painting. Yeah, really, I like it too. It helps to really show off form. That's why I like to use it. The rim lighting.
rim lighting.
Rim lighting.
Grim lighting, very grim.
Grim
Very
lighting.
dark. Hey Dustin, are you exploring product photography as well? Not at the moment. I don't really have a lens that is good. That I don't think is good enough for that kind of stuff. Cinematography, though, I'm starting to get into a little bit of. But as far as photography goes, it's more of like portrait, like natural lit portrait photos, as well as wildlife photography. Like that's the kind of stuff I'm into right now. Will you do feedback in the next Patreon live stream too? Haven't got enough good and finished paintings yet.
I'm going to do it as long as the number of people allow me. Once we get too many people, I won't be able to do it anymore. So it's probably only the next 2 or 3 that I'll be able to do some feedback. After that, I'm just going to have to, we'll have to do something else. So that's my official answer there.
So let's talk about the live action adaptations. If you want to see really bad adaptations, go to video game movies. You really only need to go to one, and that is the Mario Brothers movie from the 90s. That was...
YouTube question, would you look at 3D animation for Patreon supporters? Yes. Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
Yes, I will. I knew you'd be back. Aaron, have you ever considered doing artwork for games, like concept art and such, or board games?
Not really. It's not something that interests me a lot. I'm doing. That's what this is a little bit. It's a little. This is a little bit of game art. It's more character design type stuff for the game that I'm. What this is part of. I want to brighten up some of this room lighting.
How is the brush used now? I think what asking is like, what are you currently working on right now, brush-wise?
This is my sketching brush. And Nick just said, don't blacksmiths have water? They do. Once again, that's something I plan on putting in here. I just haven't gotten to it yet because I want to have that steam. That's kind of why I have this stuff in the background, because the plan is to add steam there, but I just don't have the bucket yet. Let me get that rim lighting nice and sharp. YouTube question, complete beginner here. Where should I start? I want to learn to draw cartoon wolf dogs. Do I jump on the wolf's course, or do I need to learn some basics first? Jump on the wolf course. The basics are in there with it. If that's what you want to do, then jump on that. Jump on it.
Jump on it. Jump on it. Bing, 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 bing. I'm all out of questions.
Hey,
I'm all out. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
how do you eat?
I'm alright.
Alright, getting a little bit by a little bit here, getting closer and closer. Alright.
Alright. Alright. Alright.
So now I gotta start figuring this out here. I gotta do the sparks. I'm gonna do the bucket in a minute.
Gonna get your bucket shot.
Yeah.
You're got to do what you're got to do.
I'm gonna make a folder within the folder. I'm gonna double up that folder within the folder. Nope. I'm going to double up that folder within the folder. There we go. And we're going to turn this one off. I'm going to merge that one. And then I'm going to try something. YouTube question. I've been drawing for a while, about 6 years now, but I still have trouble getting my drawings to look alive and like they have personality. Do you have any tips to help with that? I do. It takes time. It's a lot of it's character design. Really pay attention to the eyes. Look at the way the eyes sit in the head, expression, all of that. I know I sound like I'm constantly plugging myself, but my character design course really talks a lot about that. And so if you want to check that out, go to Creature Art Teacher, and I talk about getting expression in your drawings, specifically about that.
Specifically?
Yeah. So I'm going to double this up. I'm going to go to my filter.
Aaron, any tips for improving line quality in Photoshop?
Oh, this is
should I
this is
adjust
what I
the
was looking
smoothing?
for. Oh, look at that.
What?
I've got a little spin blur right here.
Huh.
I didn't know I could do this.
Well, shut up good.
I'm sorry, read that again, Dustin?
Any tips for improving line quality in Photoshop? Should I adjust the smoothing?
No, you just got to draw better. I don't like smoothing. Smoothing is weird to me. It's unnatural. It doesn't feel right. Oh, I Just hit return. Sorry, I'm hitting something new. I've never had this filter before. It's thinking. It's thinking. It's thinking.
It's
But as far as I would say concentrate on your actual line quality, your ability to put down a good line, rather than trying to depend on the computer to do smoothing. We never had smoothing before. We just had to do it ourselves, figure it out. Select, deselect. Might be a little much, but this is what I'm going to do. Watch this. Watch this right here.
Watch this right here. While animating drapery, is it advisable to do an anatomy/model pass first and then add a layer on top for the drapery? I have seen many animators do both of them together, but I find that so darn difficult.
When animating drapery, sometimes I do it right when I'm animating, sometimes I do it after the fact. So that's a tough one. It really depends on the shot that you're trying to do, I think.
Did you meet Proco at Lightbox, and will you shoot some new videos in the future?
Yes. Well, I've known Proco for a while, so we didn't meet at Lightbox. But I'm wondering, does that look too much to you? That blur? Does that look too much to you?
I think that looks fine.
I could go 100% with it.
Yeah, that's too much.
How about that? Too much?
Yeah.
Too much? Image. Yeah, I want to lose some of that there. That feels kind of cool. I like it.
You like it?
I like it a lot.
I sign a lot of my art with my Instagram handle. Would you recommend removing this type of signature if you're using the piece for portfolio?
Yes. Sign it with your name. Alright, so I'm going to do this. There. Okay, I'm in thinking mode now, so now I got to do... try something here real quick. I don't know if this is going to be strong enough. Kevin asks, do you do much final production work using Procreate iPad combo? Not very much, but I'm going to be doing much more. Shoot, I was drawing right on the layer. Didn't want to do that. There we go. I don't want to overdo it. But I do want some sparks. Here, I want to try something really quick. Filter, blur, radial blur, zoom. Put it down here. Hit OK.
Okay.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
So you give us a little blur on the sparks there. So that feels pretty good there. I'm going to put a little gradient from the bottom Gotta set it to multiply though. And then I'm going to come over here, just erase out where it's really bright.
When you're doing the first layer of color, which I believe you call it local color, do you use blend modes or change the opacity of the color?
No. I just keep it nice and dark. I mean, not dark, I keep it a mid-tone. Just keep it a mid-tone. So now I'm going to jump over and go in front of this layer. And I want to get his little bucket of water. Right here.
Right over here.
Right on over here.
Yeah, over here.
There we go. Coming around. Who asked questions?
Yeah, we're all. Oh, wait, one just came up. What's your favorite experience in the Indian jungle?
I was chasing a monkey, a vervet monkey, by myself, just running through the forest, and came across some tiger tracks. And it kind of freaked me out, but it was kind of cool at the same time. And yeah, that was cool.
Probably had like those cartoonish reactions, like, "Oh, tiger tracks, tiger tracks." Fun fact: did you know that it took about 500 hours to make a proper chainmail shirt, and there was no room for mistakes?
I didn't know that. No.
500 hours to make a proper chainmail shirt.
Wow.
That's a lot of hours there, bud.
It is, bud.
A lot of overtime.
Yes, it is, bud.
That's quite a lot of overtime there, bud. Do you have business cards or nah?
No, I don't. I don't usually need them for what I'm doing. I should have probably had them for the Lightbox event, but I found that I really kind of didn't need them. I only had a couple of people ask me for my card.
Business cards? We don't need no stinking business cards. And we're all out of questions again there, bud.
All right, bud.
Okay there, bud. Where did you go to find references for blacksmithing for this image?
I typed in medieval blacksmith. in Google search. And then I clicked on images and got a little sense of what they look like, and then that's what I rolled with.
Then we come into your business card is Brother Bear.
Yeah.
That's your business card right there.
Yeah.
He ain't wrong.
He ain't lying.
He ain't lying.
So now I'm just adding little finishing details here, so I like adding the steam in here. Maybe a little smoke off of there. On the water. Fire in the sky. Water. Oh. Gotta get up on the water. I want it to feel steamy and hot in there. And it's hot in there.
And it's hot in there. Ugh.
Twitch question, Aaron, ever been to Lake Shelburne in Vermont? We saw some scary villa on an island there while kayaking. Spooky stuff. I've been to Shelburne. I've been to Lake Champlain. Don't know that I've been to Lake Shelburne. I'm sure it's got to be in Shelburne somewhere. But don't forget, you can register for our live character design event. That's going to be a lot of fun. My live character design event is going to be September 28th. So you can go to creatureartteacher.com/live and get all the information right there. It's going to be awesome. How long have I been at this? 2 hours?
Yeah, it's 3:05.
I'm going to hit some brighter highlights on here. His underglow. And his layer underglow.
The underglow. Das Underglow.
Oops. There we go.
Ever thought of making a Facebook group in which all your students can post their work and critique each other?
I haven't thought of that. That's a great idea. Nick, do the thing.
Nick, do the thing. How did you make your business card with the line and drawing flip?
What? What?
The business card. Did you even make business cards?
No.
Drawing flip? Flip drawing? Flipping drawing? Oh.
I used to have a business card that was a lenticular card. You know, the kind that as you turn it, you can see different frames and it moves. I used to have one of those. Maybe that's what they're talking about.
Maybe. Did you get to see a sloth bear in India?
No. I wanted to, but alas, I did not.
Anything new on the drawing animals class in winter?
No. The one place I was thinking about fell through, so I'm gonna start looking at some other options. That's why I didn't quite want to announce it, because I wasn't sure if it was going to happen or not with the place that I was looking at. So here I'm just adding a little bit of random texture. And then next, I think I got enough steam in there, don't you think, Dustin?
Oh, I think you got more than enough.
Maybe a little bit in the foreground, some
I need more. I need more steam.
yeah, we're gonna put some foreground elements in there, but I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Alright, there we go. I like that. We're gonna go with this. Alright, I'm going to save this.
Gotta go to save it.
I'll just save it. Brother.
Save your work, kids.
Yep. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all this together.
Are you gonna be adding any sweat dripping from the bear?
No. Nope. But I am going to do a couple more things that I want you to see. I'm going to take all of this, put that into a folder. I'm going to double that folder up, and I'm going to merge that group. So now it's all one layer. And now what I want to do,
Is something.
yes, I want to get some, I'm going to create, YouTube, would you consider doing a course on drawing trees? That's interesting. I never thought of that. Yeah, I would definitely do that. On drawing trees. I like that. I want a hard, soft, round. Hard, round.
Will you get an email or anything prior to the live event? Like anything we should have in preparation
Yes,
of the
you
event?
will. You will be getting an email.
Other than a bowl of popcorn.
Don't forget, you can register for my live character design event. Yes, I want you to remember that. And that's going to be September 28th. But also, we're going to be doing on Patreon. I'm going to be doing a live stream. If you're part of the $10 tier, we're going to be doing a live stream. We're going to be looking at people's work. If you want to be part of that, go over to Patreon, sign up. Plus, you know, when you're doing the Patreon for us, it really does help us out quite a bit. So here, I'm just trying to get some extra sparks. Matt on YouTube says 3D printed chainmail is a thing now, and it's pretty awesome. That actually sounds really cool. Actually, those wouldn't have tracks like that because the hammer's way up here. Nick says, looks great. Please zoom in before you wrap. Okay, Nick. You're right.
And the person I was asking about the card that made the flip, the way you described it was the right way, and is wondering how you actually made that.
Oh, the lenticular?
Yeah, the particular.
Yeah,
card.
it was a company in England that did it for me. They actually specialize in that. I can't remember the name of the company. It's been a long time.
Yeah, if you don't know, I definitely don't know it.
My friend Dave Clayton is friends with them, and he set it up. What's the name of it? I can't remember. There we go. You like those little spots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stephen O'Brien says, Aaron, you can stop now. It's perfect. Also, Ireland misses you.
Miss you guys. Just adding a few. I'm burning in a few areas.
All right, questions.
All right. YouTube comment. I'm seeing the golden ratio all over this. I love it. Really pleasing composition. Thank you. YouTube question. Hi, Aaron. Have you been to White Oak Conservation Center? It's an awesome place, especially for an animal drawing workshop. Where is White Oak Conservation Area?
Are you alright there, mate?
No. So here I'm highlighting, burning in some of that light so that it glows a little better. That's my blend mode. There we go.
Question. When we have the feedback on the Patreon portfolios, is there a follow-up one we can have? Like a 6-month follow-up to see if we have executed your feedback?
That's an interesting idea. I never thought of that, to be honest with you. We might be able to do something like that. That sounds cool. There, I like this. A little bit more action. What do you think, Dustin?
Yeah,
Best bet?
I like it. I like that extra shine, or the highlights.
Yeah. Whiteout Conservation Center is in Yulee, Florida. Let's check it out, Nick. Road trip. So here it is, folks. Here's our bear blacksmith. This is kind of fun. So it's all about the lighting, right? You know, you got all that secondary lighting with the glowing metal. Plus we have rim lighting, and we have our dominant light source, which is in the upper right. So we have 3 different light sources happening in this image. It's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. So here we go. There's our zoom in. Let me tab that. You see the whole screen now.
Oh yeah.
Got a nice blur. I use the radial blur on that. You get the motion. And you can see there's little bits of texture in the fur. You know, when I first laid it out, just to have the eye being fooled by a little texture in there. Then down here, here's our big light source. That'll make it even hotter. What if? I know it's cheesy, but I just want to try it anyway. It's not easy being cheesy.
It's not easy being cheesy.
Tell me what you think of this, Dustin. That's too much.
Yeah, no.
No, don't like it. Me no like.
Oh.
So that's it. There it is. So remember, September 28th is our online character design course. We are going to have a ball. It's one day only, September 28th, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. That's my time zone. So check your time zone accordingly. And then Patreon. Go over to Patreon and sign up for our Patreon page. We're going to be doing a live stream next week from Patreon, and we're going to be looking at people's portfolios. If you want to participate, we'll be sending out an email to those of you that have signed up, and we'll let you know all of the particulars on it. And so, otherwise, we're going to be here probably next Thursday. I won't be here Tuesday. I've got some meetings that I've got to do. We've gotten a little bit behind, and we're really kind of trying to catch up on everything. We got a lot of irons in the fire, so which is kind of good. Hopefully we'll be able to share some exciting things with you in the future. But and we are definitely we're going to be going to CTN. That's November 21st, 22nd, 23rd, I think it is.
I think so.
22nd. Anyway, it's that weekend. And if you can, make it to Burbank, California. The Marriott Hotel at the Burbank Airport in Burbank, California. Marriott Burbank Airport.
In California.
California. That's where we're going to be, and it's going to be awesome. And there's Nick is saying that there's a link at the bottom of the page in the frequently asked questions, so people can check the time in their local time zone. All right, so if you're not sure what time it is for you on the character design course that I was just talking about, if you go to the page creatureartteacher.com/live, you can scroll down and there's a link there to tell you what time it is in your time zone. You got anything else?
No, not on the top of my head. No.
Go out and put some beauty back in the world. Go out, you're an artist. Show people how beautiful the world is. Make a change. Do something nice. Put your grocery cart away. And I will see you next Thursday. Not Tuesday, but Thursday. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me for the last couple of hours. And I will talk to you then. Dustin?
Actually, real quick before it comes to me, somebody just asked, how many spots is there left in the character design event?
We've got about 100 spots. So there's still enough if you get over there. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Alrighty.
there you go. Thanks.
And on that note, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have been fantastic. Glad you guys enjoyed this stream, and hope you guys enjoy our next stream as well, which is next Thursday. And so we'll see you guys then. Until next time, Cowboy Bebop. See ya.